Hey, what's up, students? I want to go over the more, lonelier, loner. Simplified, do not use spaces when answering your answers. Okay, so we're just doing some basic simplifying when you have numbers and variables, and then what do you do when you're multiplying and what do you do when you're doing addition. So when you take 3 times 8x, basically what happens, friends, is you take the 3 times the 8, okay? Because if I were to rewrite this whole thing out, it's like 3 times 8 times x. Okay, that's the written out version of this with the parentheses and all that fun stuff. So basically the only thing you can do is the 3 times 8, which I believe makes it 24. And then the x just kind of comes along for the ride. So when you're taking a number times a number and a variable that are already mushed together, the best you can do is just multiply the numbers to make a hybrid number, and then the variable just kind of stays, okay? When you're taking a number and a variable times another number and another variable, it's kind of similar. The best you can do is to, if you were to write it out, 5 times a times 3 times b. Sorry, I forgot the multiplication in there. There's a multiplication there. 5 times a times 3 times b. The best you can do is multiply the 5 and the 3 and make it 15. And then the a times b is just going to mush together. Okay, just like the 8x is mushed together in multiplication, ab is mushed together by multiplication. And the only thing you can do to simplify, the only thing you can do is multiply the numbers and mush together the variables. Okay, moving on. What about addition? So let's say we have a 7 plus a 4x plus a 9. Same idea. You can only add the items that are like terms. So the 7 and the 9 are the only things that can combine. These extra brackets are kind of pointless. Okay, because if you were to add this in any order you wanted, I would reorganize this as 7 plus 9 plus 4x. Okay, which means I can only add the 7 and the 9 because those are only numbers. 4x is its own flavor of an item, of a term. Okay, these are like terms. These are not like terms. So the 7 and the 9, we're going to make a, I don't know, 16, I think. Yeah, there we go. So final answer would be 4x plus a 16. It's best practice, students, to always put the variable first. Best practiced, variable first. Okay, next one. We have a 13a plus an 11, the group plus another group. Think of it as you've got 2 grocery carts, and then you're going to combine the 2 grocery carts into one list, or you have 2 separate lists and you're going to combine forces. If you have 13 apples and 3 more apples, you would have 16 apples. And then if you had 11 things plus 8 more things, whatever they are, you can make them up whatever you want to be, you would just have 19 things. Okay, so that's the best you can do. So when you're adding, you can only combine like terms, and when you're multiplying, you can only really multiply numbers, and then variables just kind of come along for the ride. That's basic simplifying when you have numbers and variables when it comes to multiplication and when it comes to addition. All right, that is the more, lonelier, loner.